Right, here we go. You join me going into round 3 of our tournament. It's the midweek tournament, so it's just small groups of 16. And we've already knocked out 4 people. We're in the semi-final here. This is round 3. We're against D'Artagnan. Is that the name of a professional league player, from memory? No, that would be Darshan, who was the jungler for CLG for 5 years almost. I'm an idiot. D'Artagnan is one of the 3 Musketeers from a famous French novel of the same name. Right. Ooh, we've got some variety choices here. Aerial specialist with Fang Phoenix to begin with. That's interesting. We don't have any defaults here apart from maybe elite specialist. Cost control could be fun. But I fall off with cost control. I might go aerial. Even though people rate it as the weakest, I actually find it relatively strong. Particularly if you get high-leveled phoenixes with the extra range. Let's see what he does. Ball's Fang, so I'm expecting aggression over here. Do I want to play into the aggression, or do I want to play defensive? I'm going to play into the aggression. Some Marked Mustangs. Let's give ourselves space for giants behind. So, 1, 2. 1, 2. On the flanks a little bit further forward. I'm going to put my Mustang and my Phoenixes on the same side. I'm going to play an anticipatory game, which could be a mistake, but next turn I can correct it by buying 2 more sets if I need to. A little bit worried those Fangs are going to be a little bit too slow, so let's maybe get back a half a step. That seems reasonable. Let's see what he does. 2 snipers and very late balls. He's not playing aggressive, he's playing fairly standard. Unfortunately, my Phoenix is going to be too late then, so I need to get these guys Mechanical Rage. By late, I mean early. Fang's going to be too late. On the bright side, we're cruising through here right now. This side, anyway. So right side is crushed, left side is losing. Unfortunately, he's going to get this tower before we get his tower, just because balls are really good at that. Actually? Yeah, he is. That's a shame. Right. Come on, let's get the sniper. As long as we get the sniper, we win the round. Just have enough Fangs left. There we go. Can we get the balls before they get the tower so they don't get the XP? Yes! Come this way, my pretties. There we go. It's a good start. Strike Specialist, Extended Range Phoenix. Oh, they're all good. If I don't go Strike Specialist and he does, I lose. I'm going to do a Strike Specialist. He's going to do Mustangs, I think, to support. So I can't really do the Phoenix drop at the back like I'd like to. I'm going to do 2 more sets of Phoenixes. It seems a bit weird, but I want them to get levels early on so I can go Elite Specialist later on and have really hard-hitting Phoenixes. And next turn I can do Improved Fang and then drop some Fangs on the flanks, depending on what he's got covering the flanks. And this way I've also got units covering the spawn points here if he goes for a Fang drop or a Balls drop. Let's see what he goes for. Oh, let's unlock a unit. Let's unlock Crawlers, because I like Crawlers as an anti-flank unit. Missile. 2 sets of shields. Wow, so you really prioritize missiles. You expected me to buy it as well. Shields are good, particularly early on when there aren't enough units to break them quickly. But Phoenixes are pretty good at breaking them. The key thing here is if these Phoenixes survive this missile or not. I think he's just hit them. Yeah, he's got them. That's a shame. It's alright though. If he went range on his snipers, he would have hit our Phoenixes there. It's a bit scary. Oh, lost this side heavily. I think I'll lose this side as well now, just from the sheer weight of numbers, the shield protecting them. The more units we kill though, the better. Go on, kill some of those balls because they're quite hard hitting. I think it's 50 each damage they do. The damage tends to be roughly number of units in a squad divided by the cost of the squad. So balls would be 200 in total, Fangs would be 100 in total. A lot of HP damage they do, I should say. Orbital Bombard is what he's going to go for, because he seems to value interaction quite highly, so I've got to do the same. I've got to do it on this side, because this way there's no shields. I'm going to drop a shield, or am I not? I'm going to drop a shield. Drop it here. I'm going to drop the Bombard on this side, probably. I could take range, or I could take Mechanical Rage. Or I could just buy more units. I think more units sounds good. I'd like to get some flanks going. Let's put some pressure on the sides. Probably take the damage attack upgrade or the health upgrade. The Bombard does 2,500 a missile. Wouldn't give me a break point. I wouldn't be able to survive a hit. So no matter what I do, they're going to die to a missile hit. So I'll just do attack enhancement for the future. Oh, he went heavy armor. What? Why would you go heavy armor when you've shown interaction with the missile? Okay. Is he going to try and make some super balls or a giant? Good shield. I might get super lucky though and snipe that sniper. Nope. Doesn't have range. I guess he's got to put it on this one then, because this is the sniper with upgrades. Interesting. Kind of intrigued what he's going to put the heavy armor on. A sniper and a Mustang and a Arclight. Okay. Arclights do have armor as an option, I need to be aware of that. He's got a standard carry Arclight but no anti-air on them. So his anti-air is just his snipers right now, so I can now range those as aerial specialist. Wow. So he spent 50 to kill off this unit, and I've got this for 100. Also done damage to everything. Come on, missile, 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 missile. Missile! Oh! Almost. I wonder if the damage scales. No, it's just flat damage, okay. I was wondering if it's the closer the shot was, the more damage it dealt. Twas not to be. Twas not to be. Go on, kill the snipers. No, he's still in a shield bubble. Okay. Let's off firecrackers during a storm. We're currently in our monsoon season right now. Kids celebrating the summer holidays starting. Sorry if you hear that. I've got the window shut. And I live in quite a quiet neighbourhood. But this top of the hill have always got me. Good shot. He's not getting much damage through, and we saved a shield. And we've not taken any upgrades as yet, so we've got a lot of power available to us. Assault Fangs. Ooh, spicy. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Then I'm going to go Mechanical Rage or Range. I think Range to compensate what we've just lost, because without range they're just terrible. Then I've got 400 spare. I might do another 2 sets of Phoenixes. I'm going to do them in the middle here. No, I'm not. I'm going to do them on a flank. Yeah, I'm going to do them on a flank and then have them respawn if necessary. Because Quantum Assembly brings flanking Phoenixes once they get answered back to the back lines quite comfortably. Wasps in the back line makes sense, but Fangs kind of answer Wasps. Okay, I'm actually fairly comfortable right now. I'm surprised he's not missiling my flank. He must have seen Assault Fang and known that I'm going to take it. Like, there's no reason for me not to take it. And he's not used his heavy armor again. I think you always want to drop the heavy armor. Like, you can put it on a unit that you're planning on selling at some point in the future anyway. Or on a unit that's going to flank, just to like apply more pressure. I've got so many units of Fangs now that the upgrades on them are worth an absolute fortune. My general rule of thumb is 4 units of a unit before I start thinking about upgrades on it. Unless it's an important upgrade like range on snipers, then I'll do it for 3 or 2 sometimes. I'm spending a fortune on these shields, and I'm popping them every turn. So like, I'm not sure it's worth it. And this missile, so he spent 250 on temporary power, which, yeah, wins him the round maybe, but it's not going to last forever. Particularly now I've got these Phoenixes on the flank blocking these balls. Those Fangs in the flank are going to start winning. I need to get Mechanical Rage. Wait, did he take? No, he didn't. Okay, he's Giant Special, I need to be careful of that. But we've popped both shields, we've dealt with the left, we've dealt with the right side, and the left side's going to get collapsed on. So yeah, him spending a fortune on these temporary things is not good. Like, I think you should be looking at what your opponent's likely to pick and only then drop shields. I don't think you should be shielding by default every turn. Barrier is going to go Vulcan. He's going to do 2 Vulcans, one with barrier and one with heavy armor, and then put another set of fangs in front of both. Will be the optimal play. Skill specialist or barrier? I think barrier is more valuable for me here. I can unlock Vulcan and use it as a tank. I think more important to get the upgrades though right now. The upgrades are worth absolute fortune. Right. And then, yeah, I'm going to do a Vulcan in the middle as a shield, or over here as a shield. I think middle Vulcan to begin with. Get these guys and prevent this missile shenanigans from giving me a headache. Yeah, let's do it. Vulcan. Vulcan. In front or behind? They're assault fangs, so they're going to run faster. So behind. If he's in front of the fangs are behind him. He's going to drop a missile. I'm not too worried about it. I'd drop it on the flank, to be honest. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I think we're reasonable here. Yep. His fangs outrange my fangs, but my fangs move faster and shoot so much harder. Mine 2-shot him, his 3-shot me. I think he should get range of his arc blast, to be honest. That's where he's going to start winning the game, if he gets range on those. Because they're running forward past the fangs right now. How did he answer this? It was just the fangs and the shields, okay. Need to get improved flames on these to deal with the balls. No, actually I don't. He isn't dealing with the balls. He's just a big fat body to tank as the fangs around him come forward and carry. So we need to get mechanical rage on the fangs. Come on. He might drop a melting point. If he does that, we just heavy Phoenix. I've got 6 units of Phoenixes. I need to consider upgrades for them. Between range and rebirth, depending on how handily we're going to be answered on the flanks. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. They're all good choices here. Incendiary Bomb would be great if I just needed one more round to win the game, and then I'd just drop it and hope. Speed Specialist is good long-term power for dodging stuff. Thinking I take Speed Specialist and I drop Stormcallers. Because I'm expecting him to go Giant. And I want something which can answer the Giants. Which is these guys. Bit far forward. That's okay. Put a range on them. Or put shields down. Need a couple of shields. That shield has done work for me. It's so much work for me. Let's upgrade you. I think we take a range on the Phoenixes, or shields on the Phoenixes. Oh, I would have liked to have dropped an extra bodyguard unit over here. Maybe I just sell these guys? Tricky. 250 left over, let's get health. Upgrade you. Let's be annoying and drop a missile right there. Oh, of course that's the side of shields. But there's the Giants that we expected, and we've got Stormcallers waiting for them. Stormcallers are really good versus Fangs as well, because the Fangs are so slow. Does he have Missile Barrage? No, he's just got Barrier. Okay. Let's get range on the Phoenixes next. If the Phoenixes get to level 3, then I'm actually going to go elites on them rather than just straight range. because it means they'll be able to pop the giants in seconds. Tower down. Shield down, and now Stormcallers versus giant. They look fairly comfortable, I'll be honest. Giants look scary when they're alive, but if you've got units waiting for them, they're not that scary. And notice how his shields just never survive a round, while mine are. I've got him on the back foot and he's having to spend a fortune to protect his units, so I'm just constantly chipping away economically. And now I can threaten a boat push with just millions of overlords. Improved melting point, ooh, that's a bit scary. New manufacturing. Wow. Because melting points are so range dependent, I think you kind of have to. Sorry, I just hit the microphone there. Hopefully you didn't hear that. There we go. Melting point, they're going to cost a fortune. I need 2 of them, and then they need range themselves. Just this, and then range. Then I'm going to put them over here. Matching whichever side those are on. Just they're answering the giants, really. That's the key. 50 left over. Do I take speed or upgrade a unit? Speed. He's got wasps again, which could drop here, causing mischief, but my phoenixes are pretty strong. Melting point's going to be pretty evil as well. See what he goes for. He's gone. Senior manufacturing and lots of fortresses. Perfect. Glad we've got the melting points. We'll answer the shields pretty nicely as well. So mostly I'm using the Stormcallers for clearing the fangs now. So I might want to go fire on the Stormcallers to drop the fire in front of the shields. As the fangs run forward, they'll run into the fire. Drop this wasp at the back, and it hasn't taken anti-air barrage. Interesting. Right, so that shield is just gone. I need to strike on the giant already. Nice. Nice. I'm liking it, I'm liking it. We're doing work, we're doing work. These guys are a bit exposed, that's a bit scary. Ooh, lost that front line. Fortress is doing quite a bit of work as well. I think we need to get our fangs, shields. Mechanical rage, because I think we've kind of neglected our fangs for a while now. Oh, he's going to get caught by that. Go on, turn, 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 turn! This is the winning shot? Yes, game winning. Wow. Okay, so let's have a look. I thought his giants were actually really good. He was giant specialist and he didn't play a giant for ages, so I was wondering what he was thinking. But he was just doing setup with the fangs, going for a huge board, having the chaff ready. And then I kind of delayed him by having these flanks visible. But then when he did drop the giants, you saw how powerful they were. But I was kind of fortunate that I read the run when I saw the senior manufacturing specialist on offer, and I also saw the improved melting point. And I knew that if he took improved melting point, I could match that. But if he took cheaper giants with a manufacturing specialist, my melting points would then be worth their weight in gold, as you saw there. Like each melting point killed 2 fortresses a pop, just with the extra range and just lasering them down. I personally think that fortresses are actually quite weak right now. They added the rocket punch, which is kind of cool, but as soon as your opponents know how to use EMP from either Stormcallers or from snipers or from melting point EMP barrage, then the rocket punch never gets to do anything, which is a bit sad. I find fortresses very slow and short-ranged, whereas melting points are just longer-range versions. They just delete units. And if you're already winning the board, then a melting point to kind of anticipate where your opponent's going to put giants is normally a good idea. Because my melting points are ready if there's a flank attempt as well, they'll just turn around and laser it. The single Vulcan in the middle actually did not that much work, but he was providing cover for these guys and being a huge distraction and a pain for him. Though maybe I should have left him still shooting missiles, because 50 gold every turn to kill off 1 unit of fangs. That unit of fangs cost me 100. If you kill it 2 rounds in a row with 2 sets of missiles, you've spent 100, so you've just given me the fangs for free effectively for the other rounds going forward. So I'm a little bit hesitant to push so fast for the interaction, you know, missiles and shields if you don't absolutely need them. Because that just gave me that little bit of economic advantage, which gave me a slightly stronger board, which I think won me the game in the end. Like, I never actually upgraded my Phoenixes. I had 6 sets of Phoenixes and never actually upgraded them. Because I never really relied upon them. They were just there like a backline support, a backbone for my army. The Fangs were solid. Stormcallers was a good call. I was kind of predicting shields. Didn't think he'd actually go Fortress that turn. I thought we'd be expecting Vulcans in reply to deal with all these Fangs, but he never went Vulcan. I think he should have sold these balls. They weren't doing a lot. Like 50 kills over the course of an entire game when they're there from the start isn't that impressive. Like, my basic Fangs did the same. Okay. Opponent's perspective. Things he could have done differently. Sell the balls. Answer the flank with just crawlers and then a support unit. The Fangs are perfect, dealt with everything, but a set of crawlers as well just gives you a little bit of insurance in case there's a shenanigans happening. I think he did well to get Fangs with range, so that I went Assault Fang and just stayed out of my range. I never pushed enhanced range because I never felt the need to, but it would have been one way of me kind of matching the range in his Fangs to a degree, so that they're not having to walk through under fire the entire way. His Arclights never really did an awful lot, I'll be honest. Yeah, they got a few kills, but they only killed basic Fangs, really. And they actually ended up being matched in range by Assault Fangs, of all things. So I'm not sure. I think Assault Fangs is a bit of a double-edged sword, a mixed blessing. Just the lack of range is kind of nasty, and if you're not playing really aggressive with them, it can be a bit awkward. But I took it just mostly for the movement speed, so the Phoenixes weren't overrunning them quite so fast. Anyway, so I've talked for an awful lot there. Let's see how much combat power we've gained. Well, that all-important MMR. Yay, 16 MMR. 800 combat power, not bad. Ooh, advanced the next round and I'm rank 1. Nice. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for the final.